Hey guys, what is up? My name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. And welcome to today's video, which is a little bit of a different one, but I felt it would be fun to talk about the books I have rented from Kindle Unlimited that are on my TBR, books I really want to read, things on my radar that I have checked out from KU because I feel like I need to use that subscription to its fullest. If not, it's not really worth getting. So I thought I would share with you guys what is on my radar so that if you have similar taste to me, then you can check these out and make KU worthwhile for you as well. So without further ado, let's hop on in. Also, I wanted to say I got myself a new Kindle when it was Prime days, and I will be filming a review for it. However, I want to use it just a little bit longer before I talk about all the accessories and everything I have for my Kindle and what I think is worth it or not. So just know that a review will be coming most likely mid-October. Now, there will be no particular order to this, just what I see first is what I'm going to talk about first. As a side note as well, I think Kindle Unlimited now lets you rent up to 20 books at a time. The first one I actually also own physically and am currently reading, and is Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is a very chunky book, and so I took advantage of the fact that I could read it on my Kindle at night, snuggled up in bed. Serpent and the Wings of Night is a romantasy novel, so it's a fantasy romance, and it follows a main character who is all human, and she lives in a world where there are vampires. She is taken in by like the king of vampires and lives among them, which sounds very dangerous. And at the beginning of this book, our main character is entered into this competition. It's kind of like a power, like tournaments, people have powers. She does not have any, but yet she still enters, and I think it's going to be an enemies to lovers with a vampire entering this tournament as well. I guess they're gonna work together. I've heard really great things. This is a first book in a series, and I'm excited to see if I love it as much as everyone else. But if you wanted to try it out as well, just know that it is on KU, as is the rest of the series. The next one feels very fall. I might actually include it in my fall reading list, which will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. This one actually is called Academically Yours, and it is the first book in a series of companion novels, so you can read them out of order. I think it's the first book. It is by Jennifer Chipman. This is a dual perspective romance, and as I said, it screams fall because it is about a grad student who is now on her last semester of grad school, and she doesn't want anything to do with relationships. She has a good set of friends. She's very focused on her career and her academics. But when she meets our main male character, she kind of runs into him a couple of times. She's very like intrigued about him. Turns out he is a teacher at her grad school, I believe. I don't know. I don't think he's her teacher. Not sure. He's kind of a grump to where she is more of, I guess, sort of a sunshine, or maybe they're both grumpy. And he doesn't want to do relationships anymore. I think he's been burned in the past. However, they will somehow get together. It kind of reminds me of Allie Hazelwood, and that's kind of what I'm going into this for. I need someone to fuel the big hole in my heart I have until the next feminist book comes out, which at this point I don't know when it will be. But if you are like me and you need that satisfaction of like STEMinist grad school romances with a grumpy male protagonist, I definitely think that this fits the vibe. The next two books I want to talk about are part of a companion series. It is a hockey romance series. You guys are going to see there's a lot of this on here. The first book is called Rule Number 5, and the other book I have also rented out is Rules of the Game. I have been very interested in these books, and I had no idea they were actually on KU. The first one, Rule Number 5, is, let me read you out the tropes because fantastic. Slow burn, he falls first, friends with benefits, jealousy, and mutual pining. And I know the main female protagonist wants nothing to do with hockey players. I think, again, she has her life very much planned out. It was not in the plans. We know how that goes. Very excited. The next one is Rules of the Game, and the tropes for that one are brother's best friend. Love that. Secret pen pal. Love that even more. Jealousy, mutual pining, and it says you're gonna suffer but you're gonna be happy about it, which makes me a little bit scared. So those are the two that are currently out that I want to read, and the third book comes out at the mid or end of October, so ideally ideally I would like to read them before then. Also, I am planning, I guess I can let you guys know, a hockey romance reading vlog where I read like a crap ton of hockey romances to let you guys know what is or not worth it. And I'm planning on having that out in the next 2 months is what I'm planning for, or like the first week of November is my cutoff date, but I will be reading a lot of them, so look out for that. It's going to be a great vlog slash recommendation video. The next one is another one I'm really excited about, and it is a book in a series by Daphne Perry. This one is The Brood. I never know how to pronounce it. It is her latest release. It basically just came out, and this one is following a grumpy man, and he likes his solitude. He doesn't really like people. He's my kind of guy, and he likes living on his own. However, one of his closest friends calls and basically pleads with him because that friend's younger sister needs a place to stay, and so he takes her in for 2 months. But he's not the little, like, she's not the little girl he remembered from the past, and so there's going to be a lot of chemistry. They're going to live together. He needs to kind of quote unquote stay away from her for the next 2 months, but it's going to be torture, and they're going to end up together, and I'm all here for it. And the last 3 I have are also all hockey romances, obviously, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about them because I will be vlogging me reading them. But we have Lucky Hit, which is the first in a hockey romance series. I think there are like 3 or 4 books out. I think it's also dual perspective. I do own this one physically. I got it on a great discount. I also have Meet Your Match by Candy Steiner, which is also the first book in a hockey romance series. And this one I was gifted physically as well, so I also have that one. I'm very excited. I think it's Candy Steiner's first foray into hockey romances. She's done other sports romances, but I'm sure she's gonna do hockey really, really amazingly, so I'm excited. And the last book I have is Consider Me by Becca Mack, which I have heard so many people talk about. Can I tell you what it's about though? Absolutely I cannot. However, I'm very excited for this. This is the first in, I think, a trilogy of companion novels, as well as are most hockey romances. So very hyped for this. I know one of my favorite Etsy shops also has some merch for this, so who knows, if I go down a rabbit hole, I can maybe justify buying some merch. So those are all the books on my Kindle Unlimited TBR. Most of them are romance because that's kind of what I use KU for. However, if you have recommendations for me, whether that be romance, middle grade, thrillers, I know I've read some thrillers from that really popular author, Frida or something. I really enjoyed those as well. They're also on KU, so I might borrow some for the spooky season, but that's kind of what is on here for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you would like reviews of these books or more in-depth thoughts on Kindle Unlimited, if it's worth it or not. I can do all those videos for you. But that's it for now. I hope you guys have a great end of your day. Bye guys, happy reading.